Good morning, Andrea. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being on here with me today. I want to introduce you to all of our friends out there watching. For those of you who don't
Hello.
know who I'm here with, her name is Andrea Shoup with Shoup Legal. She is a certified specialist in estate planning, trust, and probate law, and she helps pretty much families plan for the unexpected, right?
Right.
Yes. And what is unexpected right now is what's going on with this COVID-19, huh? Totally unexpected.
Very
Um,
unexpected.
so I wanted to jump on here and chat with you because you do family probate law trust, and obviously that looks probably a little bit different right now. There's a lot of things that are different right now in regards to all of that that you don't think about. So I just have a couple questions, and I wanted you to try and answer those and get some good info for everyone wondering.
Okay.
My first one is, how are you helping people during this time? So is it different? Is it the same? How is that happening in your business?
Yeah, well, so a lot of people still have concerns about making sure that their family's protected, making sure that they have the ability for someone to step in for them if they're not able to act for themselves, either because they have become incapacitated, they're going to the hospital, or if they pass away. So they want to make sure that their affairs are in order and that
Yeah.
everybody's prepared. So we're doing everything remotely right now. We're able to do things, a Zoom call to be
Mm-hmm.
able to talk with people, help them over the phone, and we're able to coordinate final signings as long as they're not in the hospital. I do have some strategies for if they are in the hospital, but as long as they're at home, we're able to coordinate signings that comply with all of the county and state suggestions and recommendations and orders regarding social distancing and all the rest of it to make sure that there are plans in place. I found that we're doing plans a lot quicker than we have before, and we're able to help families, pretty quickly, immediately
Sure.
as they need it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I could imagine that people are either panicking right now and trying to get all that in order. People who have started it are trying to finish that. So
Yeah.
it's always a good thing to have for sure. You mentioned something in what you were just talking about the hospitals. So we were chatting briefly before this, and you were talking about something that I didn't even think about. But what happens if you go into the hospital, COVID or not, coronavirus or not, and you have life threatening or whatever it may be? What is that looking like right now?
It's so much different than it ever has been. And
For
it's
sure.
with somebody going in with COVID-19 or with anything. I've had two people in the last week have heart attacks. One was a family we serve, and another one was my uncle. And it's so difficult in general. I mean, a heart attack, my goodness. But as soon as the person goes into the hospital, the family cannot go any further. So it used to be, okay, you can go sit in the waiting room, see them once they've
Sure.
recovered, if they had surgery. It is not like that at all anymore. Once you pass the threshold of the hospital, everything's different now, and you have very limited access, even for people to be able to drop things off to you. So you have to be prepared going into the hospital. And that's why it's so important to have things beforehand. Having a power of attorney for medical decisions. Well, who's going to make decisions for you if you're not able to? If you're
Yeah.
now unconscious at the hospital, who's the one that the doctor is going to talk to, making sure that that's prepared beforehand before going into the hospital. So we're helping families, prepare that, advanced healthcare directives, powers of attorney for financial decisions, and so forth, just to be prepared. Ideally, we don't, need this. We never want to, but the additional challenge on top of everything else is the courts are closed. So
Yeah.
now we used to be able to go into court and get a conservatorship. That took a while and it cost a lot of money, but we don't even have that option available. So it's more important than ever to make sure you're prepared before it's needed. Even making sure if someone is going to go into the hospital for any reason is make sure that they have their cell phone charger. Right? A lot of us, we
Yeah.
have our cell
My
phones, we have
goodness.
that communication. Bring the charger, don't forget
Yeah.
that. Make sure you have video capabilities. I have a family whose dad, unfortunately, is suffering from COVID-19, and they put an Amazon Echo in his room, made sure that they got
Oh,
that with
yeah.
him so they can have that communication with them. They could hear what was going on with the doctors and so forth. So, making sure that we plan ahead of time for it is so, so important right now.
Now more than ever. It's always important to have a trust and will and all that in place, but now more than ever because of this pandemic, people are panicking and you don't have those resources anymore. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's just stuff you
And
don't think about.
we don't want to think about any of
Of
this, right?
course,
We don't
yeah.
want to think that this is all going to shut down. We don't want to think of
Right,
even courts shutting down. But now,
right.
more than ever, we have to plan for ourselves because we can't even turn to the courts now for that.
Yeah. Wow. My goodness. Well, thank you so much for being on. Any last words of advice or anything different that you see going on that you want to chat about? Um,
I would say, make sure that people have these conversations with family. What do they want to have happen in case something does occur?
yeah.
Have those conversations. Make sure, plan early, plan often.
Yeah.
It's important that we plan today so that we do have peace of mind tomorrow. So making sure that we have planned and have things prepared ahead of time.
Yeah. It's not comfortable, but you have to talk about it. It's so important.
Exactly.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on with me today, Andrea. I will put all of her contact information in the comments below in case you guys have any questions. If you don't have a will or trust, then please make sure you do that. It's very important now more than ever, like she was saying. So I will put all your contact information down there. And I appreciate you, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Andrea.